Wrestling fans, check out the brand new lapel pin from our friends at Crimson Mask. Inspired by Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon, it's Bang! $316. Only $8 each or 2 for $12. If you think it makes a great holiday gift, give me a hell yeah. Get yours today at crimsonmask.bigcartel.com.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
All right, Tony, the road to WrestleMania is well underway. Tonight, WWE Monday Night Raw is emanating from one of your favorite cities, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. SmackDown has a non-televised event in White Plains, New York. And we're back with Wrestling Insiders and what's shaping up to be a very busy month for us.
Yes, it is. You know, WrestleMania is one of the largest, if not the largest, event in the world, you know, next to the Super Bowl. But I don't know which is bigger, WrestleMania or the Super Bowl.
You'd have to ask Mr. Super Bowl.
Yeah, but there's one thing that I do know about WrestleMania that is different than the Super Bowl.
What's that?
The fact is that WrestleMania goes all over the world, where the Super Bowl is only for America. I don't think too many people in England or Germany really care if the Patriots or who win the Super Bowl, but they do care in Germany and England and Ireland about who is WWE champion.
A worldwide phenomenon.
It's a worldwide phenomenon. So in some extent, I tell all you Americans out there, if y'all ain't got your ticket now, you ain't gonna get them. Most of the people at WrestleMania and the night of WrestleMania after WrestleMania are mostly all Europeans.
They are.
Everybody is European because people come from England, they come from Ireland, they come from Germany, they come from all over Europe to see WrestleMania. And then Mr. McMahon, he normally have a European tour after WrestleMania. And that's why the crowd is so lively, because that's the first time that they could see WrestleMania in person.
It's a big deal for them.
And Monday Night Raw, the night after WrestleMania, like these people, they feel great that they was able to come and see. They see Monday Night Raw every day on every Monday or whenever they get it in their country on television. Mm-hmm. But they never had the experience of being there and they seen the wrestlers in person. So yes, WrestleMania is not an American tradition. The Super Bowl is an American tradition, because in most countries football is our soccer. So right, yeah, WrestleMania is bigger than the Super Bowl. It's the biggest sport, one-year sport in the world.
Especially on Vinton Street.
Anywhere in the world, in Africa, and nowhere in Japan they watching WrestleMania. And, you know, everywhere they watch it. In every free democracy see WrestleMania. Every free market don't see the Super Bowl.
Right. All right, Tony. Well, we got a question from one of our fans on Twitter. Johnny, you... Nonetheless, if you recall, I think late last fall we did an episode, a bonus episode, trying to answer some of the fans' questions. JBL came up, a man that you are not a big fan of, John Bradshaw Layfield, as well as what's turning into quite a story of internet lore of wrestling history. The fight that you got into with Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff when you were back in the Georgia territory. Now, I thought we had covered this material from A to Z and Z to A, but Brian Blair took part in an interview within the past couple of weeks that a fan sent us the link to. And you know what? After hearing what you said and hearing what Brian said, I had to take some notes and I got to run it by you. I want to hear what your response to Blair's description of the altercation is. For the fans that may have missed it, back in, I'm going to guess, the early 80s, on a car ride from Wheeling, West Virginia back to Atlanta, Brian Blair drove. Tony Atlas was in the front. In the back seat was Tommy Rich.
You're from Dayton,
Ohio?
Yeah, to Columbus, Ohio.
Well, Brian Blair was off then on the description as far as where the actual ride was. But anyway, Brian drove. Tony was in the passenger seat. Tommy, Rich, and Paul Orndorff were in the back. You agree on that much?
No. Tommy Rich was driving.
Oh, Brian said he was driving.
Brad.
All right, well, let me read everything, then you respond, okay? All right, that's why I have the glasses on, because I am blind, folks. All right, we just spoke about this. The fight took place en route from Wheeling, West Virginia, back to Atlanta. You say that's not true. It was in Ohio.
Ohio.
Earlier in the night, you were upset and yelling in the locker room because you had to do a job.
Wrong.
Brian Blair saw you in the locker room with a needle of 3 cc's of Decker in one ass cheek and 3 cc's of Test in the other ass cheek.
Never took injectables.
In the car, Paul Orndorff called you Murdoch in reference to KKK card-carrying member Dick Murdoch because you kept pushing the seat back on him.
Wrong.
All right. You threatened to kick Orndorff's ass. Orndorff said pull the car over.
That's part true.
Tommy Rich was ready to cry.
Wrong.
And
Cry for what?
He was upset that there was going to be a fight. All right. In a bowling alley parking lot, Paul Orndorff belly-to-back suplexed you. I thought that one was going to be a little tough. I can't imagine you not putting up resistance if someone tried to give you a belly-to-back suplex at your size. On the ground, you started to scream, "Ah, you cheated," and Paul Orndorff spit out a piece of your ear.
Look at my ear. What piece? What piece?
Well, they said you went to the hospital and had it sewn back in.
What piece?
Tony, I've never been that close to your ears, to be honest. Brian Blair said that Paul Orndorff was lipping off to you when it was all said and done and you two were going back into the car. He was worried that there might have been another altercation.
Let me say
Now,
this.
listen, we finish the last two, and then you can go from there, okay?
I'm going to get sick.
And Blair finished it off by saying they dropped you off at the hotel, and then you fled the territory. You never went back to Georgia. Instead, you went to WWF. Tony, let's hear it from you, brother.
Brian Blair, they didn't come to the show with us.
Why was he there then?
They came to the show with someone else.
Okay.
But Paul was in a bad mood, like he always was. Everybody in the territory knew Paul was temperamental. That was not no secret. I bought me some ribs earlier, me and Tommy Rich. We was riding together. Brian Blair asked Tommy, not me, can they ride back to the hotel with him? Because the people that brought them did not want to take them back. Paul said, what is that smell? I said, they're my ribs. Paul said, well, I'm going to throw them out the window. They stink. I said, Paul, we give me a ride, leave my ribs alone. I'm throwing them out the window. So he started raising down the window. I'm going to throw my ribs. I said, Paul, if you throw them ribs out of the window, if you throw them out the window, I'm throwing you out the window with them. You ain't that tough. Pull the fuck over. Tommy said, oh, man, calm down. I said, no, if he throw my ribs out, Tommy, I'm going to throw him out the car, too. I said, we're giving the guy a ride.
He was disrespecting your food.
Yeah, he disrespecting the car, the brew. He's acting like a freaking jerk. So Tommy finally pulled over. As I was getting out the car, Paul sucker punched me.
So you didn't walk into a bowling alley parking lot?
No, it wasn't no parking lot. It was out on the side of the fucking road. I leg dived Paul. I put him in what you call a crater. Every amateur wrestler know what that is, a crater. That way I lock this leg around this leg, I grab this leg, grab him by the back of the head, and you hold him like that. He bit me. Paul, Tommy Rich, and Brian broke us up. We got in the car. Tommy said, you bleeding, Tony. And I said, oh, that's okay. He said, you should go get it checked out anyway. He said, so I went to the doctor, the hospital. The hospital said, how did you get the bite? I said, it's one of the wrestlers bit me. And he said, well, we got to hold you overnight.
Really?
And I said, for what? He said, because a human bite is the worst bite you could get. He said, it's the worst bite you could get. And he said, we had to give you a technical shot. And
a testicle shot?
Well, whatever they give you for a bite.
A tetanus shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
He said, we got to give you a shot. He said,
a kick to the testicles would have been an added insult to injury.
And he told Tommy them to come back and pick him up in the morning. That's the whole fight. There were no fight.
So why is it...
But let me say it.
All right.
Let me say this. Blair, always had a lot of respect for you. But you're a lying-ass piece of shit. You or Paul Orndorff couldn't whoop me on your best frickin' days. Paul knew absolutely nothing at all about wrestling. And me and Paul, we talked about this. Paul apologized for biting me. I could have hurt Paul real bad that night, and you know that. I could hurt you now. I could hurt Paul now. I could whoop both of y'all then, and I could whoop your ass now. And it's a damn shame that you're going to get out there trying to make yourself look good telling a lie. You know Tommy Rich didn't cry. You know I didn't cry. You know I didn't holler. You're a damn liar. And I tell you in front of your face and kick your ass on top of it, you low-life piece of crap. Plain enough?
I don't know how much more we could add to that, Tony.
Okay.
Have we settled this story?
If I see him, I'm telling you on TV, I see him, I'm going to slap the shit out of him.
Well, he said it was, and he used this phrase. He
I
said
will slap. Next time I see you, Brad, now listen to me, I'm going to whoop your ass.
He said it was the gospel's word.
No, he's a liar.
Well, can you...
He's a damn liar.
Maybe can you understand
You ask
now
Paul. Paul would tell you the same thing.
why the Sheik wanted to make him humble?
Yeah, because he was a prick.
Blair
Brad always been a
Orndorff?
prick. Why
Brian.
you don't tell the story about Matt Bourne whooping his ass
Well,
and
let's
biting
hear
half
it
of his
then.
lip
What happened
off?
with Matt Bourne?
Yeah, Matt whooped his ass.
Why?
Because you can't fight.
Who?
Brad Blair, he always been a punk.
So Blair got into a fight
He was
with
all
Matt
gimmick.
Bourne.
He could not fight. He can't fight. He scratched like a little girl, scratched up a Matt Bourne face.
Now, where did this take place? Was it WWF?
No, it was all right when we were doing. See, what happened? Georgia Championship Wrestling used to go into a lot of different states.
Right, because they had
So
TBS.
they started running Columbus, Georgia, and Dayton, and what's the other place? Wheeling, West Virginia. Because that's where they was getting the most stuff. So they started sending us guys there. You know.
So
you
what
ask
happened?
Paul. Paul tell you the same story.
What happened with Blair and Orndorff on this run in Ohio or West Virginia?
I don't know anything about them two.
You just said they got into a fight.
No, this is not Orndorff. It was
I meant
Blair, and Matt Bourne.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, we saw him all beat up after the fight.
Was it in the locker room? Was it at a
In
hotel?
a hotel room or something,
Really?
over some girl.
Oh. Yeah. Well, you know, we had Matt here in studio before he passed away, obviously. It would
But
be
Brian,
kind of,
no, that's a lie.
Tony, you know
You
I
asked
wouldn't...
you asked Tommy Rich, and you asked Paul Orndorff himself. Paul is not going to lie about that.
I've known you too long to feed you bullshit. You know that. I just wanted to repeat to you what was said because it was very different than how you described it to us last fall.
It's different than how Tommy would tell the story, and it's different how Paul would tell it.
Why did he go to the length to say that he saw you with these 2 needles of steroids in your ass cheeks?
Because he think he's never going to meet me again. See, a lot of these guys, they like to over-exaggerate stuff. I never took an injectable shot in my life. I'm afraid of needles. I took Diana balls. Everybody know me. I did that.
You never took a needle with steroids in it?
No.
Ever?
No.
But yet he describes, he could even tell you how much you had in each ass cheek.
No, not me. He's lying.
He went to great lengths to tell the lie.
Yes. A lot of guys do that. It's not new.
You think he's trying to get himself over, being
Of
able
course,
to tell the story?
he's a nobody. He's a piece of crap. He's a nobody.
Why is it that so
What
many...
he ever did?
Why do so many people that come to the studio have problems with Brian Blair?
We
All right, well, you know what?
He lies.
Maybe I just
he
answered my own question.
He try to make himself look more than what he is. He's a piece of crap.
Do you think, and I got to be thinking of it from a human point of view, this is a man that was humiliated for years by the Iron Sheik, talking about how he wanted to anally violate him and make him humble, old school way.
Yeah, because he was a punk that can't fight. That's how you treat a punk.
Did you ever have a problem with Brian Blair?
Not until that. I just left him alone.
And you and Paul have made peace.
Me and Paul made peace that night.
Paul has been in this studio, and I can say, gospel's word, Paul has never said anything negative about you that I can remember.
Paul would tell you right there that's not the truth.
Well,
You call Paul and ask him that. There was no fight.
What really got me was the belly-to-back suplex. You were in your prime, what, 6'3"?
285 pounds.
A machine. And you're telling me that knowingly you were in a fight, that Paul Orndorff was going to come
And this
up
was before Paul got big.
and give you a belly-to-back suplex in a bowling alley parking lot. I could not see that being
What
reality.
bowling alley?
That's where the only place they could find, I guess. They said pull the car over, and they found a bowling alley.
There was no bowling alley. We rolled around in the dirt. Mud everywhere. Ask Tommy
All I
Rich.
could think was if he really did give you a belly-to-back suplex in a parking lot and you hit the cement, you would have been in pretty rough shape.
Brother, you keep repeating it, Dan.
All right.
You
I just
keep
wanted to
repeat-
set
you-
the record straight.
No, all you're doing, you keep repeating a lie.
All right. Well, I won't repeat
and
it again.
over and over and over. I told you what happened. I leg dived him. I took him down. I cratered him. And I held him. Tommy said, okay, you guys break it up. And that was it.
It was short.
It wasn't even a fight,
30 seconds, a minute.
if that. He said, pull over. We go to get, Paul got out the back seat. As I got out the back seat, he tried to sucker punch me. And I leg dived him. Took him down and cratered him.
So when
that
he
was
went
the
for
whole
the-
fight. That was it.
When he went for the punch, you went for the legs.
Yes. I was a collegiate champion. That's
I know.
what I do. I
know.
wrestle.
Well, that's why
He
I
was
found,
a football player. He knew nothing about wrestling. He didn't know how to get out. And I asked him, I said, Paul, why you bite me? He said, I didn't know what else to do.
Can you understand my confusion about the belly to back, knowing your background?
Then you
I
know
didn't
it's a
think
lie.
that was true. All right.
That's a lie.
Well, you know what? The fans keep asking about it because Blair keeps telling the story.
You can't belly to back anybody unless they let you.
All right. Well, that's
That move is a work anyway.
And this
he should have picked another move other than a working move.
And this is coming from a guy, again, whose background I'm familiar with. I don't think there are too many people on this planet in your prime that could belly to back suplex you without your help.
I don't know anybody you could belly to back
There you go.
suplex, except for in a work.
Right. All right.
That's the truth.
Well, wrestling fans, you heard it again. I didn't think Tony was going to be happy with this.
No, because he's lying.
I thought the story was said and done with last fall, but it continues.
Yeah.
It's
So he's
almost-
a piece of crap.
All right, well.
He's a low, and I always thought he was a nice guy. I never had no problem with it.
My interactions...
If you're going to say something about somebody, tell the truth.
My
There was no fight. Ask Paul. Just ask Orndorff. There was no fight. Ask
I'd love
Tommy.
to.
I told Tommy about that thing. Tommy said, what a piece of crap this guy is.
And to keep it going now.
He's a lowlife.
This isn't an old interview. This was within the past few weeks.
He's a piece of crap. You should email him back to him. I say he's a land-ass piece of crap. And the next time I see him, tell him he better be ready because I'm going to kick his ass.
Well, my interactions with him through the Cauliflower Alley Club have been pleasant, but again, there have been many people that have come here that don't like him.
Because he's a piece of crap.
All right, well, the road to WrestleMania, fans, is not crap. It's a great thing. Again, live tonight at the
I'm
TD
gonna kick
Garden
his
in
ass.
Boston.
I am. He better hope I never see him. He better hope I never lay eyes on him.
All right, well, you've said it a lot more polite
I
than the
mean
Sheik has.
every damn word I say. I'm going to kick his ass next time I see him.
Just to set the record straight,
I'm going to slap shit out of him.
Would you violate him like the Sheik
No,
wanted to?
but I'm
all
going
right.
to slap him across the face for telling a lie on me.
All right, well,
I'm going to slap him across the face. So he earned this ass whooping.
you're not the first person to have
He-
said that
he
in
needs
this
it.
building, which I think is kind of ironic.
There's not one person during that time that liked Brian Blair. He's a piece of crap. He rolled off a Jim Bronzell belt. If it wasn't for Jim Bronzell, we never got a break.
Well, the Sheik said it was because of Hogan he got everything
No,
he got. It was Jim Brunzell.
Bronzell. Yeah, Bronzell was the worker.
I thought Brunzell was a heck of a talent.
He's a piece of shit.
Brunzell?
Yeah. Oh, no, not Bronzell. I'm sorry.
Blair.
You got me off. Let's talk about something else.
All right.
You're going to get me so angry about this piece of garbage
All right, Tony.
that
Again,
never drew a quarter a day in his life. So they put him in a damn pair of Bumblebee's suit.
we're headed to WrestleCon in New York City, WrestleMania weekend. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. We hope next year, maybe, Tony, you can be with us in Tampa down there. But we're going to have not one, but two big episodes of Memories and Legends on WrestleMania weekend. Tony will be with me for one, and Oscar of Men on a Mission and I dissect the year 1994 in the WWF. It was a tough year for WWF with the steroid trial that they went through with Vince McMahon. You saw new talent getting big pushes. They called it the new generation. You saw two Undertakers clash. It was the 10th anniversary of WrestleMania. It was an interesting year, and Oscar and I break it down month by month, pay-per-view by pay-per-view. And again, eBay, Tony's got these drawings, baby. You can get the 11 by 17 print autographed by the man, or he's even got some full-size 18 by 24 prints. You have to see the Young Bucks one that he did. It is phenomenal. Or you can commission Tony. Let him be your Bob Ross. He'll draw wrestlers, friends, families, pets. The only thing he won't draw is a demon or something like that. You like happy thoughts. Okay. All right, for the Hall of Fame and Tony Atlas, I'm Dan Marotti. We'll see you WrestleMania weekend. You and yours, be well.
I hate that piece of crap.
Hi, this is Tony Atlas. I don't know what the fuck is Brian's problem. Me and Paul, we settled our differences years ago. He's stirring up shit for no fucking reason. Let me tell you something, Brian. When I lay eyes on you, and this is not a threat, this is a promise, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you because you land. Nobody ever took me down. I was 4 fucking years state champion in collegiate, 4 years Greco-Roman. Nobody took me down that way. And Paul didn't do anything to me but frickin' bite. If people don't believe what I say, ask Paul Orndorff what he did to me, and then you ask Tommy Rich. He was a witness too. Brad, you're a land sack of shit. Wait till I see you.
Cleveland on Sunday, March 10th. WWE superstars go full throttle on the road to WrestleMania at WWE Fastlane pay-per-view.
You better believe Kofi, Bryan,
A supercharged battle for the WWE Championship. And
the best tag team in the world is now the Usos.
but Shane McMahon and Cleveland's own The Miz are on a collision course for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. It's WWE Fastlane in Cleveland Sunday, March 10th. Tickets are available.